Hello out there. We'll be starting in a minute or two. First, We'll wait for it to catch up so you guys can tell us if all of our levels are okay. Adam, why don't you try talking?
Hi, everybody.
May,
How's it going out there?
May, why don't you try talking?
Hello everyone, it's May again. It's 7 in the morning and I'm just getting over the flu. Yay.
Okay. Once it catches up to you guys, just let us know if the levels all seem roughly close enough. Okay, if that's good, I think we're ready to start. Are you both ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Welcome to the With the Will podcast. We're here to talk about Digimon and inform and hopefully do some entertaining. I'm Mark, I run With the Will, and our guest list is not exactly correct to the title card today. So first up, we have...
You're on the title card. You should go first, May.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Hello, I'm May from LostInTranslationmon. I was on a couple of weeks ago. I believe it was episode 10, if I'm correct. And so I'm on again.
And at the last minute, we also have someone else.
AR Pulver once again. I've been on the last two podcasts, and I suddenly found myself free this afternoon, and there's a lot of fun stuff going on this week.
Yes, there was. And especially after I believe all three of us were bouncing around yesterday joking about you showing up. And with you going, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be one of our rare opportunities, so let's take it while we can.
Yep. Unfortunately, this does mean that we will not have the reverse guest lineup that it looked like we were going to have for a while.
Oh, yeah,
we had
Stevie,
yep.
Yeah.
Then May. Then we had AR. Then we had AR again. Then it looked like we were going to have Stevie, but it got moved around, and it's May, and then it was going to be Stevie.
But it would have to be Stevie twice in order to keep the snake going.
True. Well, we'll see what Stevie's schedule's like. But we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about, including something big that showed up literally just a couple hours ago, to the point that I had to throw the title card together. And I gave serious consideration to trying to throw the title cards together to have AR on them also. I'm like, there's more than 10 title cards and there's 10 minutes until the show starts. I think I'll pass.
Is the default title card equipped to handle 3 people?
It would be easy enough to make it.
Okay.
The problem was more just trying to slam it on each one quickly. And I just decided that's not going to work. At one point, I even considered just trying to add a separate overlay to throw you on it quickly, and I just decided that's not a good idea to be trying to rush 10 minutes before the show.
I'm not trying to impose, but yeah, my son's birthday party, we just got back from it, and my wife and her family just went out on a shopping trip, and I suddenly found myself alone in the house for the afternoon. So
no, really glad to have you. It was just kind of funny after the joking with the haikus yesterday.
That's sort of what inspired it.
Yep. So let's start. First up is the only bit of site news. I bull rushed through and got the scans and breakdowns for both versions of Gachon done in the last couple days. And I don't know, I really like the CD release of it. It seems more put together around Atmon than the prior CDs have been.
No, definitely.
Because like the others, like even Dive, it would maybe have an Atmon logo somewhere, or an alternate cover with Atmon on it, but it didn't necessarily feel like it was being like a show CD, basically.
Yeah. No, I got that impression.
And this one is just full of the CD cover and the alternate cover with Simoji and Gatchmon looking just shocked.
I love that cover so much. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's so funny. It's so
I
perfect.
For some reason, I just love that they actually redrew him for Simoji, where it's not just they didn't just swap out the head; it's actually a different drawing.
Mm.
Yeah.
And music's good. It still feels kind of weird to have like an official insert song on CD when we didn't even know it existed a month ago.
Yeah, that is a fast turnaround.
Yeah, shockingly fast for app because the Appmon CDs have been kind of slow to come out in general. But we have more Appmon CD news. They're doing character songs and a soundtrack in one album in about a month.
It's exciting. I pre-ordered already. I'm very excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm shocked we already have all the character song details. It feels like those are the ones they kind of hold off until like right before release.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Instead,
I'm just happy to have character songs again for the TV series. I really wanted Cross Wars character songs.
yeah,
Did we?
Cross
We had
Wars.
them in. Yeah, we had them in Savers. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say they came out in Savers after Savers was over.
Yeah, I feel like it was quite a bit after.
Like
Yeah.
I
like
might be
six
wrong.
like 6 or 7 months later or something like that. I want to say we just randomly got a character song album, and I think I remembered having like the burst modes on the cover.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, it just feels weird that stuff's being thrown out so quickly, and it the price is quite reasonable actually. It feels like they could easily do this as two different albums and sell it for significantly more.
Mm.
Because the first disc is the 7 character songs. We get one each of the 5 pairs. Then we get an Apliama 470 song, and then we get what I assume is the Aries song that she sung a few times in the show.
That would be
maybe.
my guess. Yeah.
And then a 40-track soundtrack on disc 2.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I really hope it has the show versions of the intros and outros.
I hope it has the Dantemon song because that's
Oh my
important
gosh,
to me.
yes.
I'm
That's the best song in all of Digimon.
I'm still trying to figure out what they're gonna do for the App Fuse and App Link songs, because those are different every time, aren't they?
I just want the one with the air horns.
Yeah, the air horns are important.
Yeah, those
I
are.
think it's the ones they're kind of different when they're doing realizing, linking, and gatai. I think are different, and then there's different ones for when they're using the duo.
But what
I'm
I
not
mean
sure how
is,
many more there are beyond that.
but the repeating name thing is different based on who it is, isn't it? Or am I imagining that because of just the way it sounds?
And the app link ones, yeah, the app link ones are the two different link partners. I imagine
Yeah.
those wouldn't be in the soundtrack though.
Unless they have some extended version where it swaps around between them. But it'll be interesting to see what they do for that. Yeah, so I have that pre-ordered. May has that pre-ordered. Are you going to get that AR?
I'm gonna try to, yeah.
Do you think this is the actual cover for it, or do you think that's just a stand-in?
Well, it says down the bottom, like it says character CD, I'm pretty sure. But that was just me skimming reading it.
Yeah,
Well, it
I
definitely
guess,
says.
I guess
yeah.
that's true. I don't know. I kind of want new art, but this has also been like key art that hasn't really been used all that much.
Yeah, because we saw this art
Mhm.
ages ago before we knew that Eugen was an Appy driver, or one of the first times we knew he was an Appy driver. So it's been around for a couple of months, and they still haven't used it. So it makes sense that it
Yeah.
would be meant to be the art for the CD.
Yeah. Okay, that's it for standalone Atmon news. We have the most recent Animedia art, and I want to say each of you were here for the last 2 ones, weren't you? For the last bits of Animedia art.
I think
Yeah.
so.
I was on the last one.
Yeah, and these just aren't as exciting as the last one. Like, I like both pieces of art, but it feels like the last batches have been so good that it just isn't stepped up as much as those are.
Well, I don't know, because even Jay liked the Tentamon having the net on his head
That
because
that
Koshiro is putting it on him.
that is very funny. And I don't know, for some reason I like the Agumon as Winnie the Pooh thing. And I know they're not
Yeah.
really
Mhm.
I know they're not
Mhm.
really doing that, but it feels like it to me.
That's the first thought I had.
He's hungry.
Then like I really like the Atmon art, but the art from last month was just so good
Mm.
that
One. Oh,
sorry, go
no,
ahead.
go on.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. One thing I've been seeing online though is that people have noticed that Koshiro and Eugene's faces are really look similar, and
Oh,
there's a Photoshop of them being swapped, and
I
it's
haven't seen
it's
that.
there's some uncanny valley going on there.
I don't know. I kind of like that. I think I don't remember if I mentioned this in the article or not. I really like how you have in the Atmon one you have the partners, but they're not necessarily only interacting with their partners.
Mm.
Hmm.
Like you have Ari and Offmon doing the goldfish catcher, and I don't know. I just kind of like that. It adds a bit of cuteness isn't the right word, but like a bit of fun interaction to it.
Yeah, and that's, I believe, sadly a problem that a lot of Digimon has is that the Digimon only ever interact with their partners and not really with other people except for a few circumstances.
Well, like
So
that.
it's nice to see that happening.
Well, like that's
That's
what everyone.
always been a frustration of mine. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what everyone liked in Tri Part 4, and
Mm.
frankly wanted it to be longer. Was you had them interacting with uncommon combinations.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we get to go on to Tri. We finally have a date for Part 5. People
Yay.
can stop worrying about Tri being canceled or delayed to 2018.
No one was worried it was cancelled, right? Because
No,
that
no,
would be
no.
silly.
I would get some messages on Twitter where people said my friend says it's been canceled or whatever.
I feel like it's way too successful in making too much money for them to cancel it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like they keep doing tons of products, but yeah, September 30th, which isn't as long a wait as I was expecting, to be honest, when they didn't announce it at first.
We were talking about this a couple episodes ago, weren't we?
Yeah, this was one of the. They're gonna do it right after we recorded the show, and I decided I'm not gonna put it up today because I'm really tired. So rather than doing the editing and getting it up the same day, I'm just gonna put it up tomorrow. And I woke up the next day and we had the news.
Mm-hmm.
So September 30th, we had a short trailer that's really nice and there's some unexpected stuff in it. I'm not sure. Did anyone really expect to see Omegamon again in Part 5?
Part 5 now.
Yeah, that sort of has me back to what I've been, sort of thinking of going. I don't know. Are we gonna see Alter S in Part 6? I'm kind of more thinking maybe now.
Yeah.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So that's September 30th. So not that long. And Nico Nico will be screening the 4 Adventure in Zero Two films on on June 25th. At the end of the marathon, there'll be a new Part 5 trailer. And hopefully it. Well, they're not going to really give us any information. We all know that already. Is there anything you guys would want to see in a new trailer?
I still kind of would like to see the 02 kids, but I
Yeah,
guess
and
maybe part 6.
Well-
We demand to see the corpses.
and here's
Yeah.
well the fun it's the fact that they're showing the 4 movies does make me wonder. I mean,
Yeah,
it's something they've done before they've done it before. Who knows?
yeah. See,
And-
it's kind of logic of, is that a hint or is it just it's called Try. It's a sequel to both. So
Well, it's a sequel to both. It's still focused on the adventure kids primarily,
Yeah.
and that's fine. But 02 is still involved. It's still canon.
yeah. Oh
So,
no
like,
no no.
they'll still be
Yeah.
involved there somehow.
Yeah, it will be.
I would just
I think it would calm a lot of people down if they knew if they were going to get information or not in Part 5.
And the thing is that these trailers don't tend to
Give us
keep
information.
information. Well, they tend to not keep. They give a lot away.
Well, but
in
they
these
but
trailers.
they give us visuals. They don't necessarily give us anything in context that we can use.
Right, but visuals are plenty in time. If you have visuals of the O2 kids, that's a
But
lot right there.
it could be, but it's sort of like if we'd gotten visuals, just a quick visual of them standing around, or knocked down in part one in one of the original trailer, we might think for sure they were dead if that had been in a trailer. Or like when they were giving us the trailer showing us the Kaiser and they were fading it out and they really did make it look like Tai Chi.
Well, they did have they were in the first 5 minutes when that was released. And
Oh yeah.
I'm sure there were a few people who thought they were dead, but most people thought that
Yeah.
most people thought accurately that they were just locked away
they're
somewhere and taken off the board.
Exactly. But that will be. I'm trying to decide if that's the type of thing they would show us in a trailer, if they were to show up.
Yeah, like presumably it would be a big kind of reveal.
Yeah, but that hasn't really stopped them from showing us crap ahead of time, though.
Yeah, like fall down mode.
I mean,
They've revealed almost everything in
I-
every movie. Like usually each movie there's only one or two things they hold back.
Yeah. I mean, we only found out about Seraphimon for sure because of a V jump. And at one point we thought Holy Dramon was going to show up in part 4 because of the card set.
No, people saw Seraphimon in the trailer.
Oh yeah, it was the trailer, not the V jump I was getting, because the V jump was when we first got clean artwork of him. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It seems weird. Like we're only 3 months away at this point. It seemed like we were going to be waiting such a long time. And it's like it's only 3 months at this point. Like 3.5 months.
103 days.
do you
I
have
have it on my phone.
Okay, on your phone. I was gonna ask if you had a giant counter on the wall. 103 days to Digimon.
I've got a countdown app on my phone. It's 103 days and 17 hours as of recording.
Wow, it seems so long when you put it down like that.
Yeah,
I like 3 months. 3 months is better.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And we have more maybe try news. Some really nice looking cases and holders. I mean, these look nice.
I want them so badly. I haven't put them on our Miami yet.
But it's kind of strange because they're very clearly tagged as adventure, but it's also really clearly try artwork. And War Greymon still kind of wigs me out with his mouth open. I mean, I know it's been done before, it just seems weird to me.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. It just seems like there's something missing.
Yeah. So, there's 4 designs for each of these, and I kind of like the way they've done it, but I would have liked some more characters. They have Omegamon, War Greymon, Omegamon with some monochrome detailing, and War Greymon with some monochrome detailing. And there's 4 types of cases. There's a nice little coin case, which does the coin. I wonder if the coin case price is correct because it seems completely out of whack with everything else.
Yeah, no, that one does seem
Like
quite expensive.
The coin case looks like it's a small cheap case, but it's over 3,000 yen. Then you have a basic pass case, to hold a train pass or whatever, and that's basically 1,000 yen. Then a really nice key holder billfold. I'm sure I've seen it before because it seems familiar, the actual design, not the artwork.
Yeah.
But it's really nice. It holds keys and some bills or notes, and it's about 2,600 yen. That one's really nice. I like how it's a trifold with a snap.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a card holder, which is 1,700 yen. And I like that it has the hard plastic shell and the different partitions. I kind of want to get the Omegamon one.
I mean, it would be nice to see other
Characters.
Digimon on them besides Omegamon and War Greymon, but if they're the ones that they put on, I think the key holder is probably my favorite.
Yeah. Which design do you think you'd get?
Probably Omegamon. Like
Mhm.
the one that they just show in the example with the key holder. I think that's
Yeah.
the best one.
Oh, that's the one with the monochrome detailing.
Yeah, I think that one's probably like seems, I don't know, dynamic, if that's the word.
I think it's the way that he's pressed up against the side, so when you fold it, you get the big shot of him standing there.
Yeah, I think that's
That
like if
work.
you fold up the other ones, you get like an arm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. These are interesting. I feel like these are the type of things that if people have to deal with an intermediary, most people aren't going to get them. If they just show up on Amy or CD Japan, we're going to see tons of people with these.
No, definitely. That's usually like I get most of my things from Ami or HobbyLink Japan. So I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever gone through an intermediary that's not just through eBay.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know why, but it feels like this is stuff that people just won't deal with if they have to jump through hoops to get.
Yeah.
It's a bit too basic, I guess.
Mm.
But yeah, then we have the return of a beloved item, the Patamon
Yay!
hat.
I pre-ordered it so fast.
Yeah, for some reason when I put this up, I'm like, well, May's gonna have this pre-ordered in 10 seconds.
Yep, and I did because it was on Nippon-Yasan, and I just jumped on like, well, that's mine now.
This is one of
I
the most creative items they've made as far as exclusive premium Bandai overpriced crap goes.
I love it, and I can pretend to be Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
Hey, well, we are like in a frontier year. Who knows what we might get?
Maybe a Pokemon cosplay.
Well, I was gonna say they might do a giant Pokemon belt.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I would totally buy that.
Yeah, just
Oh
like
my god, I would
just
totally
like a
buy that.
giant belt. That would everyone would buy that.
I already have the big Patamon plush. You add the belt to that. That'd be great.
And Wildwing mentioned in the chat, and I've seen more than a few people calling him Hatamon.
That's adorable. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of expensive at basically 4,000 yen, but this is like one of those items that this is not like this feels special in like the case of because this is made for this. It's not where it's the case where they've slapped on art.
Mm.
Like this is Patamon.
Yeah.
And then the little tail sticking up is just fantastic.
So cute.
Yeah. After the hat, we get to go back to. I want to say you guys have both been around for some of the discussion of this. Is the stage play?
Yep.
I think May. I think you were here for the initial one,
Yeah, I think so.
and Adam had been here for the various updates.
Yeah, a couple of the casting decisions,
Yeah.
the poster and such.
Yeah. So we have the female cast now. We have the ensemble cast, and we have the director. The female cast looks spot on. I've seen some people complain about Hikari's actor, but that's the type of thing where we're going to wait for hair and the outfit, and it's going to look fine.
Oh, I think she looks spot on.
I thought she looked spot on to me, but I've seen a
Yeah,
lot
she-
of people complaining for some reason.
I think the best one is Sora. Like Sora looks like Sora should look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not only spot on, it has continued the theme that Sentai actors keep showing up and try stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, she looks spot on. Mimi, I'm trying to figure out Mimi if they're going to dye the hair or if they're just going to leave it as is.
They'll probably like lighten it at the very least.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The ensemble looks fine. We have no idea who they're gonna play. It's probably just random characters. Does it seem weird that the director almost seems like an auteur?
Mm.
Like, it seems like it's like a fancy high-end guy who does a lot of stuff, and it just seems interesting to me.
Who was Mimi's one in Persona? I'm trying to find that and I just can't get it up.
She was I don't remember the character's name. I think she was in 3 and 4, I want to say. The character, I don't remember the name. But let me pull it up really quickly.
Because I love me some Persona.
Yeah, I'm trying. Who is in 3 and 4 that would actually be in the stage
Fuka
play?
Yamagishi.
She was in 4, the stage play.
I saw something that said she was in 4. Not the stage play. Like I think she showed up in a game or a spin-off thing. of 4.
I think
Well, yeah,
yeah,
there's so many spin-offs for
Yeah.
Persona 4 that I'm sure Fuka showed up in a few of them.
Yeah.
yeah, she was in the Persona 4 arena as well, so I guess
Okay,
that would
that
be why
might be
she
it.
showed up in
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just listed Persona 3 because I wasn't familiar enough to go into it.
Fuka
Yeah.
is primarily a Persona 3 character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, the cast looks good. The director seems like an odd. I don't know why I seem shocked at the guy. It seems like a really, really, really talented guy. And it seems weird that this is someone who was, he studied theater both in Japan and in the UK. It just seems very interesting to me.
They're
Wow.
taking this seriously.
Yeah, and
That's good.
yeah, and hopefully we get a nice Blu-ray after the fact.
Yep.
Probably overpriced.
Yep.
And I believe we're at the period where general tickets are being sold for the play also, where we're past the lottos and everything. And well, we actually already know a few people who are getting tickets for it, so it'll be interesting to see how it's received. And I still want to know how they're going to do the Digimon. I mean, I have my guesses, and you and me have talked about it a couple times, Adam, but I still need to know.
Maybe they're gonna do like a holographic thing, like with Hatsune Miku concerts.
It's possible. I'm more expecting just like the background to be a projection screen or something. Because I feel like if you're gonna have the Digimon there, you kind of want them to be able to move around a little bit, even if it's just on a flat plane. Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see. Next up, this is just kind of quick and small. Wargreymon pre-orders for the Digivolving Spirits figure have shown up in various American shops. Crunchyroll, Amazon. Although someone mentioned that the Amazon pre-orders had been closed, probably because they don't know how much stock they're getting.
Jeez.
It'll be interesting to see if it has the U.S. logo on it, because the U.S. distributor Bluefin, they often work with Tamashii to do new packaging for us.
Oh, that's cool.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do. And occasionally they've actually done mold changes. But
That's less cool.
well, that's exceedingly rare. I mean, in the case of, say, when they brought over the Zayu Ranger figures as Power Rangers, they switched the Yellow Ranger to a female body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't mean like they're remolding stuff. I mean like exceedingly rare stuff like that, because it was male in Japan and female here, so they switched the body types.
When there's some substantial difference.
Yes, but like the packaging was reworked to be Power Rangers and to have the designs and everything. And it'll be interesting to see what changes we can see. The figures themselves are going to be identical, though. I have no doubt of that.
Yeah.
And the price is still like 60, 65. It's significant. Like we're like right at that sweet spot that we've mentioned a few times. We're like, it's not the 80 or 90. I mean, for $60, I don't see a reason not to get this, just unless you don't want it.
Yeah, like that's a pretty reasonable price.
Yeah.
Like
And
I've paid more more for Digimon stuff than that.
yeah, I think I think I paid more for some Cross Wars figures than that.
It looks a lot higher quality than the Cross Wars figures as well.
Yeah. Although I kind of have a soft spot in my heart for those figures, though, even though they weren't necessarily all that great.
Yeah, no, I also have a soft spot for them. They also came with the Digi Memories for the Cross Loader, so that was cool.
Like I still like the combination Metal Greymon, even though like the head parts sort of just sit there. There's nothing holding them on. It was nice. Yeah, that's it. I don't know if we're going to hear much of Digivolving Spirits for a while as far as new stuff. I think we've heard so much stuff for it. I think it's going to be slow for it for a while. And then tomorrow they're going to announce 20 new figures.
Yeah, all of them. The complete range.
The rest of the set.
Yep. And in more American merchandise, we've already... I was not expecting to see this so quickly. We've already seen the squishable Koromon, which looks fantastic.
Looks so cute.
Yeah, and we've gotten a few more details, actually. It's going to be in the fourth quarter of 2017. is going to be roughly 7 inches, and it's going to be a limited edition, and they did not mean to show it on the stream.
Oh.
They didn't say what happened, minus that it just wasn't meant to be shown. I'm guessing it was just sitting there, and he was just reaching for something to grab, and it just
I
happened
would
to be
grab
that.
a Koromon.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks nice. Some people seem bothered that it's so fluffy, and I like that even if that's not really Koromon.
That is cute.
It does have to be fluffy for it to really be appealing to be squishable.
Yeah. No idea who else we'll see. I mean, I feel like there's some obvious choices of who we'll see, like Agumon and Patamon. I would be shocked
those
if
seem to be the ones.
Yeah, we need a Patamon squishable. I mean, I already have a plush, but whatever. Give me a squishable.
if they go past Adventure, I expect the first one we'll see will be Terriermon.
Oh my god, yes, please.
And
Got a Terriermon plush too, yeah.
I know the one I want. I want a nice giant Chibimon.
Oh, that would be cute.
yeah.
That would be so cute.
Like I would, like I know it came out in Japan back when 02 was still running, but I would kill for a life-size Chibimon.
Well, what about Renamon's baby and in training forms?
Oh, Viximon, yeah.
A Viximon
See,
could work like that
the
with
problem-
that fluffiness.
The problem about those is they're not really well-known Digimon. Those ones.
Still cute
Yeah.
though.
Oh no,
Yeah,
they're
'cause they
cute.
weren't in the show until the last episode.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely cute, but I just feel like we're probably gonna get the ones that people who watched the show in the quote-unquote old days would recognize at first sight, basically. If that makes sense.
Yeah, the nostalgia drivers.
Yeah, like even one like Chibimon is kind of on the line with that, but then you think Chibimon actually was running around in the show quite a bit.
I want a miniature Chuckmon.
I want a life-size Gatchmon.
Oh my god, those exist, don't they? I mean, I have one.
Yeah, but I want like a super fluffy one.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, the Gatchmon ones I've seen, they have that sort of that it's sort of like that flat cloth material that's kind of hard and pointy.
Yeah, no, it is very hard. Like, it's not
Yeah.
soft and cuddlyable. It's like, it looks nice, but it's not
Yeah.
like...
Yeah,
It's like the best
I
material.
want the crazy fluffy one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's a lot of options if you're willing to make any Digimon fluffy.
Yes. And that's it for that, but I mean, we're going to be seeing a lot more of these and the other licensed stuff. And next up, we have a bit of fun that I believe me and Adam were joking about on Twitter the other day. They announced they were going to do a big try announcement on Thursday, and then they did it. The entire fandom went, huh?
We almost got it right too.
Well, the funny part was like, I don't remember if May guessed anything on Twitter. Me and Adam guessed nearly the same thing.
I guess Chapter 2 with a big premiere with voice actors.
Okay,
but
so
that was
you
about it.
so you did guess the same thing as me and him.
Yeah.
I saw like half the fandom was going with like the craziest guesses possible. Like almost anything you can think of, I saw being guessed, and people going, "Oh, that makes sense." Hacker's Memory is going to be dubbed by Jeff Nimoy. They're going to dub
What?
they're going to dub Hunters.
Wow.
They're
Oh,
gonna
I think we're past Hunters.
they're gonna announce an Appmon dub, and Haru's gonna be Joshua Seth.
Well, I would have liked like that was what I wanted to happen, but like it's not what I thought would happen.
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, we all want Hunters. We all want Appmon licensed. I just don't think Joshua Seth would be the one to announce that.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I wanted Joshua Seth to be Eugen. I feel like he'd be a good Eugen.
Yes. Okay.
I was thinking
yes.
that too.
That would work quite well. Okay. So what they actually announced was that at Anime Expo they will have the dub premiere of Part 3.
3.
Why do they keep trying to show Part 3 to dub fans before they've seen Part 2?
Because like maybe it's because like Chapter 3 was probably like the one that was the most exciting. Like I like Chapter 2, but I feel like Chapter 3 was really exciting.
No, it absolutely is, but you can't assume that you're gonna get the fans who have already seen this stuff as the ones showing up.
May, did you hear what they did at the theatrical screening of Part 1?
What do they do?
They
they-
after Part 1, they showed the first like 5 or 8 minutes of Part 3 subtitled, which of course spoils the ending of Part 2.
Yeah.
And of course the marketing for the theatrical of Part 1 was generically aimed at people who watched the anime as a kid, not at the subtitle fans who watched it already.
Yep.
All right, so
A
maybe
lot
they
of
just
people.
assumed everyone had already watched it on
A
Crunchyroll.
lot
Maybe.
of people in the theater had
We're
not seen part 2 yet.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so
same
rough.
in mine. Where
And
people were like, wait, what? People were like, wait, part 3? We just watched part 1. People were trying to
yep.
figure out what the hell was going on.
And what's worse is that you know how Crunchyroll tends to omit those summaries that appear in the beginnings in the Japanese version. The Crunchyroll, the preview of part 3 in the theaters included that summary,
Which spoils
Oh.
everything.
which spoils everything.
Yeah. They,
So people watching part 1 in the theaters, it's like they don't know Leomon is even involved,
yes.
and now he's dead.
Yes.
Jeez. Well, I mean, he is Leomon. Let's be fair here.
Well, if you only watch Adventure, you might not know that meme.
Yeah, especially since he's not even in 02. So even if you
Right.
watch season 2, and then season 3 was when the scheduling started getting weird in the US. Because that's when Fox Kids started to shut down.
Yes, a similar thing happened in Australia with season 3.
Yeah. So they're going to have the premiere on July 1st at 10:30 a.m. at Anime Expo. Afterwards, they're going to have a Q&A with Joshua Seth, Colleen O'Shaughnessy, and Jeff Nimoy.
I'm doing a panel with both of those in the later months.
Exciting.
Both. Yeah, I'm doing a panel with Colleen 2 weeks after that.
Maybe you'll be able to get part 2 to screen.
Eh.
Later that same day at 3, at the Toei booth, all 3 of them are going to be there to sign stuff, say hello, general meet and greet stuff. And because the hilarity will not end, at the convention they're going to be selling the Blu-ray DVD for part 2.
After they've already watched part 3.
Yes.
Alright.
But of course that's a month and a half early. I'm going to see what I can do to get one, even though I'm not going, so I can do my breakdown earlier.
There's a few people on Twitter who are going.
Yeah, I have.
You have options.
Yeah, I have a few friends going also who will see if they can grab, because we don't even know what booth it's going to be at yet. They're just saying it's going to be at the convention.
Yeah, might be outside.
Yeah.
Might be on a park bench.
There are 10 Tri-Part 2 Blu-rays hidden around the convention center. You must fight
Like
for
an
them.
Easter egg hunt.
Yes.
Jeez.
Though Jay actually asked me if I had booked tickets, like plane tickets, to go there, and I was like, no, I'm not that crazy. No,
I'm in the same country, and I'm not even thinking about it.
I'm not even that far away, and I'm considering it, but it's a matter of, am I really going to run down to LA in the middle just for that? And
Expo's not a convention you can just pop in and do one thing. You have to commit to Expo.
Yeah, that's and I've been to Anime Expo before, and it's like, especially since it's the first morning, so I would have to get the badge the night before, which is a pain in the ass, unless they've changed it. Like, that's one of the reasons why you stop going to Anime Expo. Like, standing in those lines for 3-4 hours to get the damn badge.
I'm surprised they don't do mailings.
Oh, no, it's possible they do, but at this point, it's 2 weeks away. If they are doing mailings, I assume we're past that point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where I'm considering it, but it's just trying to throw stuff together that quickly, I just don't know if it's going to happen. And especially since I know people who are going and can just grab it for me. And we know 1 or 2 people going there with their phones. I'm like, record the panel. Just hold your phone up.
Yeah, no, like I know Lizmet
Yeah.
is going.
Yeah, she was going to clear out her phone to make sure she had enough space, I believe.
Yay.
Yeah.
I am going to try to get video for the panel I'm doing with Colleen and the other voice actors at Kitsune.
Good.
No guarantees, but I'm going to try.
Get a hold of one of the Tri-Part 2 Blu-rays and you really can do a screening easily.
It wouldn't be the first time I've screened part 2 at a convention. I did that when the weekend it came out. The weekend part 2 came out in Japan. I was at a going to a convention that weekend,
remember.
and I managed to get that screen in a viewing room.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that. But it's gonna be interesting to get it so early. And not only that, does it surprise anyone else that they've already finished the mixing for part 3? Like, I was kind of like, wait, I mean, I knew they were done dubbing it, but I was kind of surprised that it's already done.
I don't know what the timetable is for that.
Yeah. Hopefully though
They seem to have a good work ethic.
yeah, hopefully that means we'll get an announcement for part 4, 5, and 6 sooner rather than later.
Do you think they'll announce part 4 through 6 at once, or will they go one at a time on those?
I feel like it's the type of thing where, I mean, let's assume it would be Shout again. Shout would go, hey, we've licensed parts 4 through 6. Part 4 will be out, January of 2018, and the rest throughout 2018.
And then part 3 comes out in March, and part 4 comes out in January, and then part 6 comes out in December this year.
Part 6 somehow comes out before it comes out in Japan.
Yes.
Well, it is Toei, so that could happen. Because
simulcast, you know you want it.
That's actually happened with some of their premieres before. It was possible to see Resurrection F before it came out in Japan. I didn't go to that either.
I still can't believe they put clips of part 3 in the extras for part 1. I love that.
Yeah, that was fun because they wanted to get some of them recording, and that's what they happened to be recording.
Oh my god.
Okay, and I think that's all we have to say about Anime Expo. Minus that, does it seem weird that a year ago we were hoping they would show something at Anime Expo to give us an idea of what was going on? And now
they showed the dub.
And now they're premiering part 3 a year later. I mean, we didn't even know if Joshua Seth was involved a year ago.
Like, I mean, it seems good that they seem to be catching up to what we've already seen released. So because the chapter 1 was quite late after the original release of chapter 1, so it seems that they're really trying to get everything out so we're up to date.
I don't know. Have we hit the point where less than a year later is really that much later?
Well, releasing things in Australia can be weird. So.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't take that into account because you guys still don't have it yet at all, right?
It's apparently coming out in July. No shops know about it, but apparently it's coming out next month.
Yeah, it's listed on their website, but no one seems to have any information about it.
Yep, not even the shop that would be my go-to DVD shop and Blu-ray shop.
I wonder if maybe
knows anything about it.
I wonder if maybe that's being pushed back and they just haven't listed it that way yet.
Oh, I hope not, because I want it.
Okay, and now we have.
Same with Tamers.
Sorry, go ahead.
Tamers was meant to also come out in was it August or next month? I can't remember.
I think it was August.
Yeah, that still has no details from any of the DVD shops in Australia.
Okay.
One thing I was going to say is where they're catching up a little bit is utilizing the old voices and actors on the show as part of their promotion. Like, that's something I think they might have missed the boat on a little bit with the original theatrical screening, is realizing, hey, there's like, people can make the connection when they know Joshua, Seth, and Colleen and Jeff are involved. Like, they can use that as a promotional tool.
I think part of what happened there was they sort of announced it in summer, and it was coming out in fall, and by then sort of the prime convention season was sort of over. Although I'll admit, I kind of expected something at Comic-Con, even if it, just like a small panel or something. But like here they're in prime convention season. I wouldn't be shocked if something showed up at Otakon.
Yeah, well, Otakon, all they were able to do was that one dub trailer, and like that's something that they could have gotten some of the voices out there to help promote that a little better than showing that 30-second trailer with that not so great dub opening.
Well, I wonder if maybe because at that point I wonder if Joshua Seth had even recorded yet. So they might not have wanted to show anything until they had Tai Chi done. Because remember, he said that he only found out about it because the fans said it was being dubbed. So he only found out about it in the first place when we found out about it.
Right. So that's also what I mean with getting the old voice actors involved. Might have not have been on the front of their minds at first, and once they realized that was something that they could do, and that there were voice actors who were interested in coming back, then suddenly things started to click and catch up.
Well, in a few of the cases, generically, the actors who aren't there, minus one off the top of my head. There are people who generally don't do this anymore.
Right.
Like, minus Kari, I believe every actor who's not there simply does not do anime dubbing anymore.
Yeah, I thought Joshua Seth had retired to do his
He
hypnosis thing.
Joshua Seth retired too.
And that's why they never thought to ask him. And that's also why they didn't ask Michael Lindsay. They're simply not in that industry anymore.
Right, but even the ones, there are plenty that are still in the industry.
No,
like
no.
Colleen and
Yeah.
Jeff and them they're
Yeah.
still involved.
Well,
Like they could have started by asking.
Oh
them.
no, absolutely. I don't think it even occurred to them to throw stuff together that quickly. Though is what I mean, because they were first telling us about it in the summer. Promotion was for September. I don't think it even occurred to them, hey, we can do promotion in July.
Mm-hmm.
Because we didn't really start getting stuff promoted until, I mean, they wouldn't even tell us the director. We had to figure out the name from the end credits or guessing on our own. I don't think it even occurred to them to do that kind of stuff. But yeah, Colleen O'Shaughnessy was at Anime Expo last year and went to the Digimon stuff.
That was great.
Where she's taking her own photos and videos in front of the Digimon board because even though she's there, no one apparently thought to ask her to show up for stuff.
Right.
Oh, jeez.
That was a great picture, by the way.
Yeah. And next up, we have, and this was kind of at the last minute, we have some stuff from V-Jump, which we will go over before we go over the big thing. So first up, they show us a bit of Part 5 stuff, along with really good character art of Ophanimon Fall Down Mode.
It looks so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we really need to see this page in high resolution because this is the best shot we've had of it, and it just looks fantastic.
Getting that information translated too is going to be fun to see.
It will be very easy for us to get it translated once we have better images because this is just kind of it's not impossible.
Right.
It's just most translators aren't just going to want to deal with it.
Yeah.
So we have we got the picture of them all looking weird, which I want to say that was in the trailer.
Yeah.
Even though everyone seems very excited by that image, I mean, that wasn't that wasn't the trailer, wasn't it?
No.
I think so. Maybe.
Well, the fall down mode image might have been the image of the
kids?
6 kids. That was not in the.
I thought that was because the
first trailer.
The Takaru hugging Hikari thing. I thought that was there.
No, I would have heard about that.
Okay. They show off.
We would have heard the squealing.
I thought we
that
did.
in there.
See,
the
problem is
squealing was from the Taichi Yamato fans.
Okay, we get so much squealing it can be hard to tell.
Well, like I'm almost squealing about the Koshiro Mimi moment. Like that looks adorable. Like he's like, she looks really sad, and he's like comforting her. That's adorable.
And before we move past the top half of this page, can we point out they spelled navigator wrong?
Oh my god! Yeah, they did.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that is kind of the joke of the franchise: is English stuff being spelled horribly.
Yeah.
Bottom half is mostly, mini advertisements for stuff we've seen. The updated 15th Digivices, which, wow, I mean, those just are updated far more than I really thought they were going to be.
They must be selling really well.
Yep. Although, couldn't they just call it 20th? Do they have to, do the weird marketing thing of, it's an updated version of the 15th anniversary, so we're going to call it the 15th again?
It's the 15th anniversary for, the 4th year in a row.
I think it's the 6th year in a row, because they were doing the 15th anniversary of the franchise, then that sort of folded into the 15th anniversary of Adventure, which they're still using that logo.
Yeah.
They show the stage play, and they show Digivolving Spirits.
I'm so upset that I missed out on the pre-order for the I forgot what it's called, but it's the War Greymon with the Digivice.
Oh, you missed it?
Yeah, it's not available on Nippon Yasan, but so I just pre-ordered the figure by itself and the blue Digivice, but I missed out on the big stand.
If the actual pre-orders are still available on Premium Bandai, you might want to get in touch with Rider Proxy.
Yeah, I'm still going to try because it looks so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, clear plastic tends to be a bit more shattery than others, but it just looks good.
Yeah, and it's also got like those lights that
Yeah,
light
the
up. Like it's just
base.
a really pretty
Yeah.
stand.
Do you think we're gonna get clearer ones for any of the others?
No, I feel like this is a War Greymon only one because he's like he's like the poster child. He's the one we always get figures of, so I'm pretty sure that he's only going to get it for what just War Greymon.
I kind of hope they do a remake of the old War Greymon, the Omegamon fusion figure, and do it with clear plastic.
Well, that's also possible because Omegamon is also another poster child, so that is
Yeah.
possible. But I wouldn't say for like if they were to do Rosemon, for
No,
example.
they're not gonna do clear Rosemon. I'm not even sure I'm expecting Rosemon, to be honest.
I really would like a Rosemon. I really
It,
like Rosemon.
if we get Rosemon, it's going to be Lalamon to Rosemon.
Oh, that'll be sad. Oh yeah, because I guess Savers has an anniversary coming
Yeah,
up.
because they're gonna do Palmon to Lilymon.
Yeah.
I don't expect us to get an adventure slash try themed Rosemon figure. If we do, it will be Sabers.
Oh yeah, because it is Digimon Adventure and not Digimon Adventure Try, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, at least for the primary 8 they've told us about. That is.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
so probably it's to Lilymon then.
Yeah. Oh well, they've actually told us it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and then we have some new stuff and some odds and ends. So first up, they're apparently going to finally announce what's going on with the new D1 Grand Prix on June 26th, which is the actual 20th anniversary of the franchise. And they're going to do another card set, which is going to be 20th anniversary. It looks like there's going to be 60 cards. And I don't know, what are you guys expecting in this card set? Is it just going to be like old card, like from the original set?
I think it might be because I believe that this is meant to be alongside the re-release of the Digimon V-Pets. So maybe it'll have Digimon that appeared in the V-Pets, and they're even using the art for the booster pack. So I wouldn't be
Yeah.
too surprised if it had things like all the Digimon that have been in the V-Pets, like the first 5 versions anyway.
Yeah. Like you see the Tyrannomon in the. I think
Yeah.
that's Tyrannomon.
Well,
in the...
but that's like the primary key art of this franchise, almost that piece of art.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's specifically for V-Pets, isn't it, that art?
No, they've kind of used that shot all over the franchise. That's generally been the non. I want to say that's like the non-anime key shot almost.
Hmm.
But who knows? I honestly don't know what to expect. It'll be interesting though. Um, then they show us that they're adding some of the LCD sprite Digimon to Digimon Links, which just looks fun.
It's
Mhm.
so cute.
And then we get a page and a half of Hacker's Memory. The two prime, we basically get 3 primary bits of news. We see a few new Digimon. We get a new character whose name appears to be Imai Chitose, who is partnered with an Ankylomon, which is a fun choice.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm surprised or not that they've revealed that Nokia's back.
I love her so much, so I'm happy.
Yeah. Cannot complain about more
She,
Nokia.
she seemed to be the most popular character from the first game, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, it's because she's not wearing pants.
She is essentially a gogglehead. The way she acts and her partners in Omegamon, she's basically a gogglehead to me.
Yeah, well, she has more personality than the main character in Cyber Sleuth because
Yeah.
She
vacant
even points
staring.
out that she has more personality than the main character in Cyber Sleuth. That's how awesome she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great.
And of course, she has the 2 partners that everyone likes best, who evolve into what is probably the signature Digimon of the franchise.
Yeah.
It will be very interesting to get more information on, because it feels like they're feeding us information without really telling us what's going on, which is kind of good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get Atmon, which there's nothing super interesting here because it's all stuff we knew was going to show up. Oh, the God grades are going to get Atmon chips and cards. Very nice, but not really shocking. And then we get the big surprise. They're doing another pop-up shop, and it's going to be for the whole franchise.
I'm so
That's so
excited for
cool.
this.
Yeah, and the key art looks fantastic. And yeah, and I like the way that it's the way they've shown everyone on it's just fantastic.
Yeah, and that's really nice because some of these characters we haven't really seen much of
Yeah.
outside their respective seasons, so it's really nice to see Taigaru and Taiki there.
Yeah.
I like that they also have Taichi from Adventure and Taichi from Try listed separately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first I see the picture like, oh, so they're not gonna show Try or they'll show someone. I'm like, oh wait, never mind.
Yeah, it's right above there.
Yeah. But what's funny is like even if you look at Agumon from Adventure and Agumon Try, you can tell they've drawn them differently,
Yeah.
but where they still kind of fit.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Agumon from the original, like Adventure, Agumon from Try, and Agumon from Savers, like try to work out who's the superior Agumon.
So the
Yeah.
actual name of oh, go ahead.
No, sorry, go on.
Okay. The actual name of the shop is the Digimon Universe 20th Anniversary Shop, and it's going to be at both of the Parco locations that the pop-up shops have used before for Digimon. And it opens on my birthday and then closes on July 26th. And I cannot, like, I don't know what kind of merchandise to even expect here. Like, are we expecting, like, stuff where it's going to be, like, combinations of the different stuff? Or is it going to be, stuff from everything? Do you get what I mean?
I'm hoping for combination stuff. I'm more anticipating that it's going to be individual art that might be thematically related. Like they all might be doing something very similar, but I think it's going to be every one on their own.
Well, not necessarily. There could be at least art of all the Goggle kids together, like we've seen on anniversary CDs before of them, just chilling out and with their arms on each other or something. But I would say that if we get any combination stuff, that would be the first go-to one. They might not have any other combination stuff besides just the Goggle kids.
That's what I was gonna say. I do hope, not including returning merchandise, of course, that we do see other characters and new stuff. And I don't know if I'm expecting that or not.
I'm not sure if I'm expecting that, but I would totally crave what May was describing about just something where all of the different goggle heads are interacting in a poster or something.
And then Masaru not having goggles and saying, "I feel different now."
Well, they've shown him with the others before, and normally what they seem to do is they have him in the background or they have something hitting him so that the art style change isn't quite obvious.
Yeah, and he always looks really grumpy when he's there. Like, I feel left out. I don't have goggles, and I'm old.
Well, I think what they try to do is they try to give him like an angry, super deformed head, to sort of hide the art style.
Well, he doesn't have to worry. He doesn't have to worry about that so much because he's only a year older than Haru and Taiki, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's also younger. If now he's with Taichi from Try, he's also 3 years younger
he's
than
younger
Taichi.
Taichi from Try is now older.
Yeah, now Taichi from Try is
Masaru,
also almost an adult.
Yeah.
But I
just need Haru integrated with the rest of the group.
Yeah.
This is important to me.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, now that we have this, can that argument just officially just stop at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, not only that, like, people kept going, well, Universe means that it's a spin-off, and it's like, the name of the shop is Digimon Universe. It's done. It's not, it's as, if Appmon is a spin-off, then everything after 02 is a spin-off.
The swan boat ended the argument.
Oh, that was so good! Oh my god,
So
that scene was so good. No, that whole episode, like, I cried so much.
You called me out on your podcast last week about what I said about that episode, and I'm kind of nervous about if what I said holds up.
Well, we recorded yesterday and we're uploading today, so I guess you'll have to see you.
Yep.
But yes, spoilers. I cried. I cried so hard. I teared up. There were tears.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was that kind of episode.
So
But
what kind of product would this pop-up shop have that would get you to just import a ton of crap?
well, something that I really like is I'd like to see Eri and Mimi, hanging out, like doing like idol stuff together because I
Oh,
feel like
Eri, Mimi, and Nene. Got to get
Yeah.
Nene.
Well,
in
yeah,
this
yeah,
game.
that.
oh yeah, I forgot about
But
Nene. Yeah.
but that's what I was talking about though. I am hoping that we will get some paired up stuff of characters that make sense to pair up.
Yeah, I'm not expecting that kind of thing, but that is really what would put me over.
Yeah.
Is anything character crossover that doesn't necessarily involve the Goggle Kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I really like that.
Like what about Joe and Zenjiro?
Oh, Joe and Zenjiro, Junpei and
Yeah.
Zenjiro.
Oh, yeah, Junpei
that's a
and
really
Zenjiro.
good combo.
Yeah, like there are lots of interesting combinations that can be come up with that aren't necessarily obvious at first thought.
This is really hard to talk about without mentioning my fanfic where I wrote this big crossover. So, just yeah, lots of combinations are possible.
I
Trust
really
me.
want Tigeru and Daisuke.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah,
I think
they're
Takeru and Haru, I think, would be really good friends.
well, Tigeru and Daisuke are kind of unique in the franchise in that they're the only like sequel protagonists there are,
Yeah.
and both of them have little blue partners who are very full of personality.
Oh, I love Gumdramon
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah,
I love him too.
Gumdramon's my favorite.
like even if someone hates hunters, they love Gumdramon.
Yep,
He's adorable.
that's me.
Yeah, I literally I remember I went to bed last night. I was like, everything's all done for the podcast, so they're gonna throw up some little stupid thing in the morning, and I'll have to put it together. And then it's like, oh shit.
This is the greatest stupid thing ever.
Yes, because like we have almost no information about it, minus that it's happening and the piece of key art. But there's so much to talk about because it's so funny. You know, they have the little 20th anniversary logo at the bottom, and I demand there be a giant plushie of Zero Maru.
Oh, please. Oh, yeah, because
Look,
they're freaking V-Tamer, yeah.
I'm not expecting anything from V-Tamer or Next, but I want. Come on, give us something of Zero Maru.
Yeah.
Well, this is so. This immediately calls back to the old crossover stuff they used to do when it was just Adventure Through Frontier, where they had that book of all the crossover artwork, and that was so much fun, and all the stories were so great from that. Like, that's the sort of thing we're all fantasizing about, and I hope they have something to honor to keep up with that sort of thing.
Yeah. And I don't know if we can talk anymore about that with what information we have. Anyone
Well, I
have?
want to.
Oh,
There really isn't much else to talk about without speculation, but
okay,
yeah.
okay. Let's go
This
ahead.
is something
Let's
to
go.
keep an eye on.
Let's go ahead and each just try to guess one thing that's realistic that we think will show up in the shop.
Agumon keychain.
Okay, that's gonna be there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking big
Uh,
poster of all of the different characters.
You know,
Well,
this
hopefully
may
the
be this.
poster that they've...
I was gonna say this is a stupid question. Have they? I don't recall if they actually have sold posters of the pop-up shop key arts. Have they?
Oh,
I
I
think
don't
that
know.
one...
It hasn't been on the list that they've released for different shops, but it's possible it was there.
Maybe like a postcard or something.
Yeah, the postcard is if you buy roughly the equivalent of $30, you get a postcard of the key art.
Yeah.
But I don't think they've actually had like posters of it. Now, the thing that I think we'll see, I don't know if it will be new or the old ones returning, is those music boxes.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
For some reason, I expect we'll get a new one.
I don't know what you'd put on it. What kind of music you'd put on it?
Probably Butterfly again.
Yeah, Butterfly. Maybe the intros for each of the seasons.
See,
That would be tough.
yeah, because you can't really do all of them. It might almost be like the What was the song from the music box that just had everyone singing on it? What was it called? Bakura no
Which
Digital World?
oh, yeah, Boku.
Oh,
Where
that's
it,
gonna make me
Uh,
cry.
where it was sort
was
of just
that?
themed after the first four shows.
Uh,
Mm.
I'm gonna try to pull that up. I thought Boku no Digital World was from season 1, but I'm gonna
No,
try to
it's
find
from
it.
02.
Okay,
Oh,
no,
yes,
It
no,
has
yeah,
that
zero
okay,
two. I'm
that's
looking. I'm gonna try to look it up.
okay. That's not the song I'm thinking of. Then there was a song that came out on that fancy music box after Frontier ended.
Oh, I own that.
That was just a new song.
Oh, I don't. I thought there was a song that was sung by the singers, but I don't think they were the characters on it.
No, it was just the singers. I mean, that may be what we would get in a fancy series type music box.
Oh, I forgot what it was called, but it was. Oh no, it's the ones who inherit courage. I think is that the one we're talking about?
Maybe I don't know.
It could be, yeah.
It has Aimida,
Yeah,
Watakuji.
it was basically just everyone singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I get the feeling that AR and May will want to be back for when we discuss all the stuff.
Yeah.
When is this running?
July 7th
yeah,
through the
so-
26th. So within the next 3 weeks, we have to know everything the story's going to have. So we might not be able to schedule both of you, but I'm sure at least one of you will be back to discuss this. Because
Yeah, sure,
Because Victor's not going to.
Mhm.
I joked that Victor would show up for it, and the response back was, I think he's going to be busy that day. So, one of you, maybe both of you, but definitely one of you will be back to discuss when we have all this stuff.
Yeah. The song that's jumping out at me right now on my list is "The Children Who Inherit Courage."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
That's
sounds
what I
like
thought.
the one.
Okay, yeah, somewhere I have that box. I haven't pulled it out in a long time though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I've got a file on my computer. I'm going to listen to it after the podcast is done. That's for sure. I'm just going to keep that minimized and come back to it later.
Okay, so that's mostly it for the pop-up shop. We're going to do just a few mini topics while also taking questions. I guess the first topic is just general collecting, because I feel like a lot of people don't know what they want to do with collecting.
I just uploaded a picture of my collection
Yeah,
the other day.
that's what partially gave me that, because sometimes you get people go like, I don't have much and I don't know how to feel about that, or they don't know if they want to buy stuff. And I guess the start is if you get what you're comfortable getting money wise and with what you want. In May's
Yeah.
case, that's everything that exists.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. And Jay always laughs at me about it, but I basically get and like anything that I want, I basically sparks my eye, which is
Everything.
a lot of the stuff. Though lately I've been really preferring things that I can use in my everyday life. Like my gym bag is the outdoor like carry bag, and
Yeah.
I've got the Agumon water bottle that I bought
You
on the
bought-
last episode.
Yeah, yeah. I literally remember you going, "Oh," and then in the middle of the conversation, you're like, "Okay, I bought it from eBay." It's like, wait, you bought it now?
Yeah.
Yeah. How is that water bottle, by the way?
It's actually really good. It has like this little thing that you can take out. It's like this little sippy thing, but it's just like on the cover, which is actually really good if I'm like, because I've been sick these past few days. I've had the flu, so I've been lying in bed and having to drink lots of water. So that is actually really helpful if I want to lie down and drink, because it doesn't make me spill the water everywhere.
Oh, that's good. Good timing on getting it then. Did you get
And
any?
it fits perfectly.
Did you get anything else from the real world?
I know that's the only real world thing, but
May,
it's
you
what
only
I
bought
want
you
the
only
most.
you only bought one thing.
Everything was harder to buy. Like it wasn't just on Army and Hoppylink Japan.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's usually where I get most of my stuff.
yeah. It feels. If I remember right, there was a lot more piddly crap this time, for the museum.
Mm.
But piddly crap is where I come in, so I like the piddly
Yeah.
crap. That's the bulk of my
Yeah,
collection.
I know. You have a few boards that you hang up stuff on.
Yeah, and that's primarily what I do. Is I just like to collect the little things, the keychains and the charms, and occasionally postcards and buttons, and kind of have my wall on my desk where I put all of that up. I need to do something with my plushies, though.
Yeah,
Mm,
How many plushies do you have?
Well, I've got the three big ones of Terriermon, Tailmon, and Patamon, but I also have the tiny um, grab bag or the gift ones. Gotcha. What are they called?
The blind
Trying to
box
find.
ones?
The UFO
Some of,
catches?
yes, the UFO catcher
Oh, okay.
ones of a bunch of the adventure ones.
Oh,
So
okay.
I've got to find a place to put all of those too.
Okay. Yeah,
And now with all the ones coming out from GameStop, I feel compelled to buy a few of those too.
yeah, my collection is mostly a bit more haphazard. It's generally dependent on my mood and what needs to be done for the site.
Mm.
Um, yeah, it's always weird because you never know what to get, and even if you do know what to get, it may not fit money-wise. It may not even fit size-wise.
No, size-wise is a problem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I tend to get like the majority of my stuff is generally stuff that everyone tends to benefit from to some degree. Like does anyone think that I really needed to get Gatchon twice?
It looks cool.
It's a good song.
Oh no, but I mean, do I need 2 CDs of it?
It's a really good song.
It is.
Yeah, that's both an answer and a non-answer, and I kind of love the way you're saying it. Where you're going, I like the song, but there's no way in hell 2 CDs are
Well,
necessary.
Mark, what you could do is if your car has like a 6 CD stacker, what you could do is you could put both of them in, and then you wouldn't have to go back to this other CD. You could just when it rotates the next CD, it would be fine.
No, see, the obvious thing would be to stack it up with all the different CDs of Dive that I have.
Yeah, and you could have lots of Dive because Dive is a good song.
Tell you what, after it came out on April Fool's Day, I recorded Gatchin on my little cat keyboard that meows when you play it. I recorded Gatchin on that. If I burn that to a CD, if you pay for shipping costs, you can have a third one.
It'd be a special edition.
Yep. I'll do a little label. I'll print up a label and all that. Yeah. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I remember you posting. I'm just like, my reaction was both, this is amazing, and what the hell's wrong with it?
People really enjoyed that too.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was both very amusing and amazingly stupid at the same time, which is great.
It's April Fool's Day. Anything goes.
Yeah.
I think I already know what I'm doing for April Fool's Day next year.
I have ideas.
Yeah,
it won't be as good as this year.
But yeah, my view on collecting is basically just, one, obviously, don't overspend based on what you can spend. Like, I assume that whatever you're spending, May, is fine for you.
Yeah, like, I mean, I work full time, so that helps.
And AR, I assume everything you spend is fine for you.
Yeah.
And what I spend is generally fine for me.
Mm.
But it's also a matter of what do you want. Like, to some people, getting a Blu-ray box of Adventure that has no subtitles, it has no meaning to them. So don't get it. But find what is okay with you to support the brand, because that's how we get more stuff. And we're getting a lot more stuff because clearly people are buying crap.
It's a vote with the wallet rule.
Yeah. So
like if you like something and you want more of it, you buy it.
I mean, for all my jokes of piddly crap, some of that stuff, like some people wouldn't go, wait, you bought 2 CDs of the same song? And that's generally my reaction to, say, the $40 phone battery.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's something you like, it doesn't matter if me, AR, or May sort of go, ha, that's kind of like crap. If that's what you like, get it. Just be aware what you're getting and if you're paying a fair price for it. Yeah.
Another thing I'm going to suggest is for people who attend conventions regularly, scour Artist Alley for the Digimon stuff there, because there's always some good Digimon art, prints. Yeah. Sometimes you can find buttons, and they used to have a really common thing was to have replica tags and crests. Get some of those and support some of the artists in the community, and again, vote with your wallet, and they'll create more cool stuff.
Yeah, and also like commission artists. Like there are some amazing artists in the Digimon fandom, and if you just maybe like if you don't want like anything like that's super official, like if nothing sparks your eye there, like if you want some Digimon posters or prints, like definitely commission artists because there are some amazing artists
Mhm.
who are in the Digimon fandom. They're just incredible.
I have a
I agree.
wonderful Digimon fan art book.
Yeah, and I believe you also have a bunch of fan made stuff on your boards also that you've posted.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the one thing though is I would find it very hard for someone to not like any of the official stuff that comes out though.
And there's
Like
something for
Mhm.
everyone.
there's
Yeah.
some like like well like May has a water bottle in a bag. AR has I want to say you hang up lots of keychains and those little bookmark things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I have the keychain sitting right behind me that I still haven't figured out what I want to do with. But I'm sure I will buy more from the next pop-up shop. I really don't know what to do with them. I just really wanted them.
Yeah, that's like the bottom line. Like if you want something and you're able to buy it, like
Yeah.
buy it because if it's something that's going to make you happy, like that's my philosophy on buying stuff. Like, well, it's going to make me happy and it's going to support the franchise, so may as well buy it.
I want more. Oh, I don't know why, but I want more stuff from the next pop-up shop. I, I know we keep coming back to it, but like since we don't know what it will have, it's sort of like the mind can just wander around.
Mhm.
Mm.
So, what is both your for each of you? What is both your favorite thing you have, and what is the most unreasonable slash overpriced slash I shouldn't have got this really type thing that you have?
Oh, that's easy. So what was the first question? Like the
What's your
best thing I have?
what's best slash favorite? The thing that means something most to you.
Oh, that's hard because I have so much.
Yeah.
Oh, that is really no, no, that is a hard one. So I'll go with the most I've spent and like the most unreasonable thing that I have is that I have the version 6 VPET, which was released only in Australia, and it was basically the Pendulum one Digimon were on it, like some of them, and it was basically just set out like the original VPET. Um, I was in a bidding war with like 10 other people at least, and the end price was about 700 Australian dollars, maybe more.
Oh.
Yep,
Mm.
Oh.
yep, yep, yep. It hurt. It hurt so much. That's probably the most I've spent. Maybe I think I got the Pendulum X version 3 in Japan. I think that was about 300 or $400, but that's not nothing compared to the version 6. I almost spent a grand on a lottery pendulum in Japan that was in a Mandarake, but I couldn't bring myself to spend to drop $1,000 on this one thing.
Lottery or
Um,
lotteria?
Lottery, as in like it was a one of
Oh,
the
okay.
pendulums they only released
Oh,
in the
oh,
lottery.
okay. I thought maybe there was like a limited edition VPET they had sold in that chain.
Oh no, no, no.
Okay.
So, but I mean, I only
Wow,
think it's a lottery.
$700 for V. I can't. Wow.
Yeah, no, it hurt. Jay was not very impressed with that. And I just realized, but I'm just looking through my collection at the collection photos. I actually missed two shelves that I've seen in one the big photo. But I didn't actually take a photo of that actual shelf, which that they're good shelves. And you can kind of just see part of them, and I feel really bad now because it has lots of Palmon stuff on it. Oh no. But favorite, uh, maybe I'll have to go with one that I have. It might not be the best toy, and it may not be even like my favorite overall, but it's the one that I have the most, like the highest amount of nostalgia for, and it's actually the version 1 of the Detector. And I like Digimon Frontier didn't really show too much on the TV. Like basically, kids had stopped watching, so it wasn't on at a reasonable time. But the toys were still selling because kids like the toys. So I was given the Detector, and if like on the image you can see how busted and beaten up it is. Like the gray's all like basically cut off, like been shaved off, and I had to repaint it with some metallic texture that I had. So this one, and I also the version 1 of the D3 are both toys that I've had since I was a kid, and both of them I've used a lot when I was a kid. The one I think I used the most was my version 1, because I took that away with me on a world trip that I went on, which I was actually taken out of school to go on with my parents, and I basically, because this is before MP3s, so this was basically my entertainment, and I remember how I hadn't watched Frontier yet, and it came to he had to fight Shrubimon, and he was called Kirpymon, and that was like I just thought that was his name because he was called Kirpymon in the toy, and so I have a lot of nostalgia for that. It's probably not, as I said, it's probably not my favorite or the best one, but it's the one that probably has like the most amount of emotion and nostalgia connected to it.
That makes sense. Um, Adam will be rejoining us in a minute. He apparently had a power outage.
Oh no.
Um, so I'm sitting here trying to think of what my answer would be for both most unreasonable and thing that means, like the thing that sort of means the most to me. And the truth is I don't know, but I could like I remember like the first time I probably spent too much on Digimon stuff, and the first thing that I broke apart for With the Will, and oddly they're almost the same thing. The like the first thing that I remember doing a breakdown of for With the Will was actually the O2 DVD box. And the first time I overspent were these O2 single DVDs, which I actually bought all the singles after they came out in Japan.
Oh wow, I only have one of those. I have the Mimi one.
And those are horrible DVDs. The actual quality, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just did not work right.
Well, I'm in the wrong region, so it's nice to look at.
Yeah, they're nice. They're nice packages overall. Like, they have great cover art. They have great extras, but the actual DVDs were kind of crap. Let's see, I'm just trying to think here. I don't know, like, I bought a lot of CDs even before I ran With the Will. Let me see if I can pull Adam back in here. Why don't you tell us about more of your collection, May?
Right, so something else that I think is pretty cool. Oh, I have all of the games that have ever been released for Japan, for Digimon. I'm pretty sure I have them all. Except for the PS2 one, because I don't have a Japanese region PS2. But I also have the Play TV consoles. There are two of them. There's the one that came out for Savers, and there's the one that came out for Cross Wars, and I really like them. They're fun. One of them you use cards and you just slash them, and you can like have little battles with the two Digimon. So I've been trying to get Jay to record some footage of us both playing with the Savers one, and I want to see his reaction to it. But he really doesn't want to because he thinks it'd be bad. But it's actually kind of fun. It's like this little. It's kind of like an arcade looking thing. It's the card ass one.
Oh, okay.
And it's got like 3 buttons, and it's like basically rock paper scissors, and it's got 3 buttons on each side, so you can play 2-player. And it's actually really fun, but I until recently was only able to play it with batteries, because it comes with batteries or AC, and I had to get the step down converter, but now I have one, so it should actually be easier with the step down converter without worrying that I'm going to set it on fire like I did with my Japanese PlayStation 1 and Sega Saturn and had to fix.
I don't mean to laugh. It's just dealing with old video game stuff's always so much fun.
Yeah, it's even more fun when the voltage in Australia is really, really high, and you have to buy a new capacitor for your PlayStation 1, and you have to buy basically a new circuit board for your Sega Saturn, which, like, luckily enough, was easy to get because it was on eBay for like $20, and the capacitor was just a general one that I could just pop in and out. So yeah, that was dumb. That's probably the dumbest I've ever felt in my life. Uh, oh, I just got the Leomon figure that came in the mail.
Does it look as creepy in real life as it does in pictures?
Yeah, so Leomon's giving like Jury this really, really, really weird look.
See that's not what actually bothers me. It's that they mold Jury like almost anime perfect, but they like
Yeah.
give her this pseudo real world color style, and it makes her look kind of like a creepy doll sort of.
Yeah, no, she does look a bit like a doll, like in comparison to Leomon's style, but like it's still cute. But Leomon's nipples upset me. I don't know why. They're just really, really detailed.
May tell us why the nipples bother you.
They're just really like I'm not used to seeing nipples on things, but they're just really hyper detailed. And yeah, I didn't expect that. I guess none of the other Digimon
Now,
figures have nipples.
now, do you have
I mean,
do you have all the gem figures, or have you skipped any of them?
no, I have them all. If I'm unless I'm correct, I have all the ones on pre-order as well. I have the Greymon on pre-order. I have the Lady Devimon on pre-order.
Does that include all the single Digimon that came in blind boxes,
Yeah, I have all those.
including the Black Agumon and Black Gabumon?
Yeah, I have those. Jay was upset with me.
See, I thought I would get you on that one.
No, so the Black Gabumon is on the shelf with all the Nightmare Soldiers, and the
Oh,
Black Agumon is.
Do you have the tiny limited edition Tokomon?
Okay, no, don't have that one. That's the only one I have.
May, you've lied to us.
I forgot that it existed because it was, but they're re-releasing it, aren't they?
No, it's the one in the metallic set's different, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I don't have that one.
Okay.
That one's far too hard and far too expensive for a very small thing.
Do you have the metallic set on order?
No, I don't, like, yet. I'm not sure if I actually will, because I'm not really a huge fan of the metallic
They don't
ones.
really look good.
Yeah, no, I did have my the mouse cursor hovering over like buy, but then I was kind of like, I don't really like the style, and maybe I'm just holding out for if they release them non-metallic. It just looks weird.
Yeah, they look sort of terrible, and I believe AR's back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm doing that.
Am I here?
Yes.
Yeah, welcome back.
Okay.
How was the power outage?
Very brief, but for some reason the internet wouldn't come back right away.
Yeah, the strange thing was when I first woke up, I'm like, what would I do if there's a power outage in the middle of a show?
Well, at least it
that's
was on
always
my
been
end. If it was on your end, we'd have a real problem.
Yes.
Like I can just duck out for
Yes.
5 minutes, and it's not
Yeah.
you and May keep talking for a
I
little bit.
started thinking about it because brownouts in Southern California are not uncommon in the summer.
Jeez.
Yeah, this was random though. Like it's kind of raining a little bit, but it's not storming too badly. So I don't know what happened there.
Luckily,
Adam-
luckily though, it was in the middle of when May was telling a story. So
Yeah.
at least for 30 seconds, I didn't realize you weren't there until I was looking at the thing. I'm like, that's strange. Is he not there? And then all of a sudden I got a message from you.
Yeah.
I got I was looking at the Skype call and it said Adam Pulver had left, and I was like, wow, did the amount that I've spent on my version 6 make him drop out of the call?
Yeah. That was what it was.
Adam had
clearly.
to run
Just
off.
not into version 6 just isn't my thing.
Like $700, whoop, better leave the call.
Yeah. See, I'm trying to think what the most expensive thing I've gotten is. The most expensive may have been the 02 Blu-ray box.
Yeah.
And that is one of the few items that, off the top of my head, I want to say was completely paid with donations to the site.
That's good at least.
And yeah, because I was like a week before, I was literally going, okay, I think I'm gonna have to cancel this, and then all of a sudden donations just piled in at the very end. And that one was strange because it's the only Digimon series that had two different styles of work done to it in the production of the show.
Hmm.
So all the screen caps and everything I had to do twice. So what crazy stuff have you bought, Adam?
I had everything down, and then everything went to crap over here. So I like completely lost my train of thought there. A couple of the things I'm most proudest of is Back in 2001, I saw a 02 CD on the shelves at a marketplace in Chicago, and I actually bought. It was the first Digimon thing I ever bought was the Best Hit Parade CD from 02, which I just picked up off a shelf and paid for. And it's so cool. I think I bought two of them, but I can't find the other one. I bought a different 02 CD, but just having this is one of the coolest things, and it was a bunch of the music that I hadn't heard yet because I wasn't as familiar with the Japanese version. So I think it was my first exposure to a lot of the songs from 02 that we all love so much.
Mm.
And yeah, another thing I'm really proud of is one of the first real merch I bought from Artist Alley is I bought a tag and crest of knowledge in, like, I want to say it was 2012. It was when I started to really notice the increase of Digimon presence at conventions.
Yeah, it seems like in the last few years, like right before the 15th anniversary anime stuff, it really started to pop back up among fans here, I think.
And that
Mm.
was one of the reasons I started doing System Restore was I was primarily involved with going to conventions and staffing conventions in early on, and it was about 2011 that I started seeing more cosplayers, more Artist Alley merchandise. People were starting to do panels again, and that's sort of what inspired me to get into back into the fandom and to start writing System Restore.
Yeah, I'm still not sure I can even think of what my favorite thing I have is. It's such a random hodgepodge of junk.
I wouldn't classify anything I own as junk.
Oh, I
I
would
wouldn't is
see. I wouldn't. I don't really classify it as junk. I mean junk in the sense of if most of it was thrown in the box, I'm not sure it would have any effect on me. Minus that I don't want it there.
for that, it's probably my uncanny ability that whenever I have a blind box draw, if Palmon is in it, I'm getting Palmon.
See, we need to
This
get.
is
We need to sit you in front of like 200 blind boxes and see how many Palmons pop out.
Yeah. See, I have both the Domes figure and the one plush I bought last week. Both I got the one plush I bought was a Palmon, and among a couple others that I bought with Dome figures. I bought four Dome figures, so I spread myself out a little bit there, but one of them was Palmon. And then the first time I bought a one of the Digicode little figures, like the Data collection, I forgot which set she was in. I think it was Data 2. What the only one in there, the one I bought was Palmon again.
Yeah, out of the blind box stuff that I've gotten to, photos for the site and everything, I don't believe Palmon's shown up at all. Like in the domes and then the mini plushes, no sign of Palmon. So you've taken them from me.
Apparently, which is ironic because of the eight, nothing against Palmon, but she's probably my least favorite aesthetically of the eight.
No.
I agree with that
She
aesthetic.
has a lot of competition.
See, Palmon as a character is one of the ones who 99% of the time I only think of the Digimon in relation to the kid. If that makes sense.
Kind of. I mean, I like Palmon as a character.
No, so do I, but I mean,
But-
generally when you think of Palmon, it's Mimi and Palmon. Like, you will think of Agumon and Gabumon and Patamon and so forth on their own.
I'm just saying that when it comes to
Yeah.
which ones I want on the shelves, if I can't have all of them, then I'm gonna go for a Patamon or a Tailmon or an Agumon or something like that. And
Yeah.
Palmon is probably my last choice.
Yeah, well, that's probably why it seems like Mimi stuff tends to be more towards the back of the line in the order of stuff coming out. I think is because I think Palmon tends to not come up with people the most.
Well, when it came to the adventure keychains, those little ones of the kids, Mimi was the first one I bought.
Well, no, I mean when they actually released them in stuttered order.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mimi's.
Well,
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, well, in the official, the quote unquote official order, I think Mimi is sixth of the eight.
Uh,
But
they,
usually they tend to also release Takeru and Hikari
yeah.
earlier
Well,
because
they
Patamon and Tailmon are so adorable.
yeah, they move it around in the product order though, because I mean, like Mimi was 4 in the second set of gem figures, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
she's
right.
4 off the top of my head. Because you had Yamato and Garuma. You had
Taichin.
no. It started off with Takeru and Hikari with the Angels.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Then Yamato and Garurumon,
Mm-hmm.
and then Mimi and Lilymon, and now then next up is Taichi and Greymon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who like. I'm trying to decide would Joe and Ikakumon or Zoodlemon be better. Like, I feel like Zoodlemon's the one that would probably look better, but I kind of want Ikakumon.
I want a Kakumon so much. He's so fluffy.
He's
Yeah,
so
He's
soft.
he's a big sheepdog. No joke. There were times playing Cyber Sleuth when I would just stay on the Digi Farm, and just leave the room, go to the bathroom or something, and my wife would just sit and watch the Digi Farm just to watch Ikakumon flopping around in there like a sheepdog. It was just soothing.
Aw, so cute.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know. Talking about collections are interesting because it's just so different from person to person.
Yeah. But that's what makes it fun. I
Yeah.
mean, it's no fun if everybody has the same thing.
No, and see, but that's even what's interesting. Like even talking about the new pop-up shop, we would all get different stuff there, and that's kind of neat when you consider that they don't actually make that much stuff for the pop-up shop.
Mm.
And minus, like we all want the art on the postcard or a poster, for example.
Right.
Or if there was good key art of a character, we all might want the same character. We'd all look for different stuff.
Well, like you were saying, that if they did miraculously have different stuff of the non-goggle head characters and a bunch of crossover poses, we'd all be reaching for different things.
Yeah. Now, if they do that type of stuff, how do they handle the Adventure Kids?
As the Adventure Kids, season 1.
Yeah, that seems to be the thing that they do.
Okay, but how well does that work if, say, you have Miyako in one? You're probably not going to have Hikari in the adventure design.
I believe they've done something similar to that before.
They have, but it's generally with someone in the background or, where they're not right there, if that makes sense.
Right, and it would probably be the same thing.
Yeah.
Would be my guess, is that they'd put something in the background.
Probably.
Like they're not gonna have Miyako and Hikari in season 1 Hikari arm in arm or something. They'll throw season 1 Hikari in the background.
Hey, it's Toei and Bandai. We don't know what the hell's gonna happen.
That would actually make cute artwork as Miyako in season 1 Hikari.
Yeah. But of course it's not really a season 1 design, but there is a season 1 Miyako design from the movie.
Yeah,
True.
no, that's right.
Yeah. And of course
I can't imagine us getting anything of that.
But every once in a while they do toss out merchandise with those movie designs.
What about Rio stuff?
Yeah, I don't want anything of Rio at all.
I do. Yeah, you mentioned that. I do have our war game Hikari keychain, and Hikari was barely in our war game.
And it's not that I don't like Rio. It's that I'm just tired of hearing about it for every fucking thing that comes out.
But let's be honest. If there was a charm or something of season 2 Ken and Tamer's Rio together, we'd love it.
Yes, but the problem is you can't have any brown-haired character show up without people going, it might be Rio. It might be Rio. It's like, play the games. They're not good. It's not interesting. If
Yujin is Rio?
Maybe he is.
It's only interesting because we didn't get any of it, so we don't know how terrible it is.
Yeah, and he showed up in Tamers, and people were just like intrigued
by
that.
And he showed up,
who's this
yes,
kid?
but here's the thing: the one who showed up in Tamers clearly is not, at least in the context of the show, is not meant to be the one from the games.
I mean, he also showed up in 02, and that was very much obviously meant to be the one from the games.
Sort
in 02.
Well, the one from the games with air quotes. in the way that continuity works, where they're sort of just he's there and they're not going to explain it any further, and if it doesn't match, don't worry about it.
Right.
Where like, because even some of the stuff that happened in those scenes doesn't quite match what happened in the games.
Mm.
I mean, it's meant to be the same character, but it's a different version of him.
Okay, the best one for this example, if we're just going to completely go crazy with the canon, Hikari, Tailmon, and Kotone from the Crosswords manga.
And then
I haven't read the Crossbows manga yet. I need to.
And then in the background,
Kotone is adorable.
And then in the background, in a cage, is Wallace.
But I
Wallace
say
can
that
stay there.
I say that because their Tailmon shows up in the Crosswords manga, and somehow, some way, it's implied to be the same one.
Yes.
Makes no sense, but they do it anyway.
The Crosswords manga, as I recall, the implication is that it's a it's circular continuity like Turn a Gundam was, where the implication is somehow every one has happened, and then the next one happens, and then the next one happens, and now Cross Wars is the newest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they give no explanation as to how that would work. It's just that wink, wink, that's how it works in that specific continuity, that something akin to Adventure happened, and then something akin to O2 happened, and then Tamers, and then Frontier, and then Savers.
It makes no sense, but it's wonderful.
Yes. Turn a Gundam did the exact same thing, and then literally every Gundam since then has ignored that Turn a Gundam said that. Which is roughly what Digimon did with the Crosswords manga. Where, where basically, for that one piece of media, somehow this has happened, but it doesn't count for anything else.
I love the Crosswords manga.
The Crosswords manga is just weird and interesting because it not only went off and did its own thing, it went off and did its own thing in strange ways that doesn't even make sense in context of there being it being a tie-in.
Yeah, it's sort of like how the Appmon manga has been dropping Digimon references constantly. Like, the anime only kind of did that with the Swan Boat, and apparently, like, a Digi-Egg shows up on somebody's laptop case. But no, the Appmon manga has been dropping pictures of Digimon in the background all the time.
But it's exceedingly easy to do that when one person's basically making it.
Yeah.
Like they go, okay, I need to draw a billboard. I'll just sketch a little Agumon and Gabumon on it. Or he's going to be looking at whatever on the TV, and it's going to be whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like how the like V-Tamer had a very strange and interesting personality that only really fits the fact that there were two people working on it together, and not that it was anything to do with the brand as a whole.
Yeah.
And that is one reason why I think everyone loves V-Tamer, is the personality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, outside of Digimon, what do you guys do for fun? Like, what do you guys spend time on outside of Digimon?
Work basically. Like I'm a software developer, so I spend lots of time being a software developer during the work week. And outside of that, I play video games. I've lately been playing PlayerUnknown's Battleground with my friends because I recently got a piece, like a gaming PC. It was very expensive though, but it's very good. It plays everything. So I've been playing lots of PUBG. Yeah, but besides that, I'm mainly at work during the day, and then I come home and I do stuff for the podcast, and then I play some games. That's about my life.
Okay.
I raised a child.
Yeah, that takes up time.
But on top of that, I also am one of the senior staffers for a convention in Madison called GeekCon. I do a lot of the planning work involved with that. I'm kind of the events coordinator. You know, I make the program book. I help run the Facebook page. So I'm involved with that convention as well, which is why I'm excited that we're bringing in Jeff Nimoy this year.
Yeah.
One of the things I have not had my hands in is guests. So when the new guest heads are like, we're going to bring in Jeff Nimoy, I'm like, yes, please.
Yeah. And anytime he's at a convention, everyone just says, wow, it's just the most fun.
That's good.
Because
I'm really looking forward to doing a panel with him.
Yeah.
It's not quite as bombastic as the one with 6 different voice actors like at KitsuneCon in mid-July, but yeah, doing one with Jeff is going to be fun.
Yeah. I like movies and video games. um, when I'm not working on the side and stuff, generally, even on the With the Will account, people generally see me rambling about some movie or eclectic video game thing.
Mm.
Especially retro games. I just love playing old games, especially stuff that I don't know about. It's really fun to play a game, or even a version of a game that I was unaware of.
Yeah, I
Like,
have noticed that on your Twitter.
yeah, I mean, I loved like the other day I played a version of Dig Dug I've never played before. A game that I've probably played hundreds of hours of Dig Dug. I mean, anyone who's played old games knows that game reasonably well, or even Pac-Man, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So to come across an official old version that just wasn't ever in my wheelhouse, it's just interesting and strange to see. Especially when it's like the game looks like crap, but it plays so well. It's kind of a weird thing. Um, and like May, generally whenever I get a new PC, it's generally a gaming PC, and I play lots of new stuff until it starts to wear itself down over time. Which we're getting close to that now.
Yeah.
I feel like the next one, I kind of have an idea what the first game I'm going to play on it is. It's a matter of if I really want to spend the money to make sure I have the hardware for it. The Rick and Morty VR game.
Oh yeah, I kind of want to Vive. I have set up my PlayStation VR to my PC because there is a way to do
Yeah.
that. So I've done that. Since there's no light boxes, I can't play any of those really amazing games. But my best mate has a Vive, so I've been using his Vive before, but I kind of want to get my own because I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I sort of want to get it when I get a new PC, but it's a matter of am I really going to spend the money for at least what at the moment is a relatively minimal amount of content?
Yeah, well, so some games are amazing for the Vive, like oh, I can't remember one. I think it was called Super Hot or something. That one looks really fun. And there was lots of I'm really enjoying this audio game called Audio Shield, which you could just link up YouTube and could search songs on YouTube and then play this rhythm game, and it was quite fun.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to try VR at all because anytime I'm able to get a free headset for my phone doesn't fit in it.
Yeah.
So anytime I've actually attempted to try VR, nothing.
Mm.
I have never attempted VR, but I know a few friends who have it, and I really should just get on it sometime and give it a whirl.
Well, it's like there's always companies doing promotions where get a free Google Cardboard headset,
Yeah.
and I do it, and it shows up, and it's always one of the smaller ones, and my phone doesn't fit in, and it's just like, okay, that one goes in the pile, and there's literally like a pile of one's Kia car one, one's R2D2. There's a Conan O'Brien one, and none of them fit my phone. So I've tried, but no dice. So at the moment, I've been going through my newest video game system, which was the NT Mini, which I got in April,
Mm.
and I've just been playing far too many games on it because it's not an emulator box. It plays old games, but by recreating the hardware. Cut out?
Hmm?
Can you hear me?
Huh?
Yep.
Yep, I can hear you.
That's
Yeah.
weird. I thought the audio cut out for a second there.
No, you're fine. I can still hear you.
Okay. Huh. Well, who knows? This headset's old. It may just finally be going. I've had this headset since before I ran with the Will, actually.
Oh
Ooh,
wow.
wow.
It is actually AR might know this name. I don't expect May will. It is actually branded as Fatality, the old FPS player.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
And I don't think he's been around since 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like
It rings a bell, but
he was known for playing like Quake, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a few other people are saying that my audio did cut out for a second.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it was just when I took a break, or maybe it was like a pop or something I heard. But yeah, basically what the system does is it has a chip in it called the field programmable gate array, and the chip can actually recreate transistors, resistors inside of it. So with the correct programming, it actually becomes at a electrical level other devices. So like it can be an NES but via HDMI, or a Sega Master System via HDMI. So a lot of old systems that maybe don't hook up to modern equipment the best way.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I've been playing lots of weird games that I've never played before. Like people port old MSX computer games to the Sega Master System. So, old Japanese arcade ports that I've never even looked at before. And it's just really interesting to play. And I think we will swing back to Digimon. Because I think we're getting close to the end. Why don't you guys start thinking up questions? Um, while we talk about one or two other things. What's coming up that you don't have an order that you guys want? Minus the pop-up shop stuff.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what we've got in the pop-up shop.
Yeah.
Okay, May. I know you have the second Atmon DVD box pre-ordered, right?
Yeah. That's.
What about 3 and 4?
Pre-order. Oh no, I have them all on pre-order on Army.
Yes.
But they're thankfully on pay later, so I can ignore that for a while.
Yeah, I have them all on pre-order also.
Yeah, I have as I mentioned, the Greymon I have on pre-order. That's exciting. I have lots of the Atmon ships on pre-order. I'm trying to remember what else. Oh, the 20th anniversary V-Pets. So I think I mentioned in the last one that I wasn't sure if I will buckle down and pre-order the 3 special edition ones.
Let me guess, you're going to.
Yeah, well, I like maybe 2 weeks ago I was like, I'm just gonna buy them.
Yeah, you were. I believe on the podcast you were wafting on if you wanted them or not.
Yeah, I was kind of like, and then I saw them, I was like, But
well, people are starting to get them in Japan. The first 2.
Yeah, no, I saw them. I was kind of like, I can't, because I've also got that on pre-order. Yeah. It hasn't shipped yet, but I've paid for it.
People seem very excited. People seem very excited to have gotten them.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the online battle. Oh, there's something else that I just remembered that I have in my collection that I just added a couple of weeks ago. It's this. I think I tweeted about it. I think you replied to it. It's this Digimon VPET version 1. But it's like this special pre-order version bonus that comes with something called the 200K Club.
Oh,
which
yeah,
I cannot
yeah.
find any information on. Yeah. But so that's something that's in my collection that I have no idea what it is.
Oh,
but
I was actually looking it up on my own before. It looks like it was probably just like a marketing thing.
Yeah, but I couldn't find like anything about what the bonuses were or if they ever actually did anything with it except for it looking cool.
Yeah. Well, Bandai didn't respond to you because you didn't use the keywords.
What are the keywords?
In the 90s in America, everything Bandai was labeled with action satisfaction.
Oh, right.
In fact, I think the keychain said that. Or the thing, the membership thing that came with it.
Yeah, there was like a little pamphlet that had a commercial for Power Ranger stuff, yeah.
Yeah, Bandai used to slap that on all their boy-themed toys in the mid-90s.
Jeez. I can't remember if Bandai Australia did the same, but the phrase does sound familiar because I've heard people on the internet making fun of it.
Yeah, I believe in random places on With the Will, I've tagged stuff with action satisfaction for no reason. Like
that's how you get people in.
Like random Bandai toy threads. The search tags will randomly say action satisfaction for just no reason other than I decided to put it there. But yeah, I did try looking it up and there's not much information on it.
Yeah, I couldn't even find anything other than the eBay listing that I bought it from on the internet. I found like some broken links to, and here's where to go to join, and it was all broken. And even when I went to the Wayback Machine, I still could not get anything. So maybe it's just lost to the ether of the internet.
There's so much from the first few years of Digimon that has just vanished into nothing.
Yeah.
Like there is stuff that if you were a fan on the internet in 2001, you would find at every Digimon site, and that stuff's just gone now, and it's
Like
strange.
like the original and it's now called the Digital Dive, but the original Digiport website I was trying to find like just pictures of just for nostalgia's sake, and I couldn't really find all that much, which is sad because like that was where I lived on the internet when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's just weird. That's part of why, like, we put up the gallery and stuff to
Yeah.
make it
Yeah.
very easy for people if they want to find stuff and save it for themselves. Because oh wait, that's the stupidest thing I bought was that style guide.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That wonderful dub art.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where it's like, I'm sure people will be interested in it, but even if not, I just want to make sure this gets archived. Because I mean that really, I mean, the amount that was spent for that really was, and the amount of time. Oh, it was stupid as hell. Like months of work to get everything perfect. I mean, I paid more to upgrade the server to make sure that it would work properly because the files would not upload. They were so huge.
Wow, that's amazing.
Jeez.
Because the software on the server takes it, makes thumbnails and stuff like that for the gallery. Some of the images were so big it would just crash the server software. It was, I mean, I love that it's all there, and not only like, or you can ask Justin, like the amount of effort that was spent to make sure we could put up the vector files and have them show up properly. It was way too much effort, time and effort. Or like we spent so much time to make sure every single vector output into a proper image file. The argument that was made to me many times was, why are we still putting up the vectors when we spent all this effort and everything? It's like, because it needs to be there in case people want to use them. It was, I mean, Justin spent a bunch of time on the site. Me and the Igno spent weeks working on the images because a lot of them were formatted really stupid. Like some of the vector files weren't vectors. They were raster files inside the vectors, but without proper color data where the colors are generated by the vector portion.
Jeez.
So trying to output them properly so they would show up. And I made an entire site for the stupid thing. Okay, so do you guys have any questions? Because I don't see any. Scroll up. Anything you two guys want to talk about while we wait?
I really love my dog, but that's not Digimon related.
Does
I have a
Does he have a Digimon hat, at least?
no, but I've actually the tag and the crests and Digivice Gachapon. I actually have like this little crest of friendship one that I've attached to his collar before, if that counts.
I feel like
'Cause I-
it does.
I opened 3 crest of friendships in my my set, so I gave one to Jay, and one to my dog, and I kept one on my shelf. But Digimon related, I am currently actually using the Gabumon PC Buddy. Like it's on my lap.
See, and I know you would have found that stuff anyways, but I love when I find out that the listings and crap that I go to the effort to put up actually do help people. Although in your case, I feel like you would have found all this stuff anyways.
Yeah, like most of the time I'm looking, but definitely the Withawal posts you make do notify me like, oh, something's might be up for pre-order now. I better go look for it. Like the character song, definitely.
Yeah.
It's a useful reference for sure.
Yeah. See,
Definitely.
I want to see, and since you brought up dogs, it reminds me. I want to bring the little one of the extra plush mini Patamons and give it to my mom's dog, but I think he'll just rip it apart.
Aw.
Yeah,
Well, he's this little sweet Maltese, but anytime a plush toy gets around him, he just grabs it and just starts shredding it.
Adorable. All right, so
I'm.
I do have a
Oh,
question. Justin's asked a question about what type of dog I have. He is we got him from the RSPCA, so that's just we adopted a dog that needed a home when he was a puppy because he was abandoned. So we're not sure about what the breed is, but we think that he's a Jack Russell crossed with a West Highland Terrier. He's very very sassy. He's very intelligent, and he likes to challenge people a lot. Like he just wants to fight all the time in a good way. Like he's not an angry dog. He just wants to outsmart people because he's
mm-hmm.
he's very sassy. I love him. He's great. He's full of personality though, which is probably a bad thing sometimes. Like he'll just be on some furniture, and he's allowed on furniture here. But when he goes to another person's house, he'll just be on their bed, and he'll just look at them saying, "Where else would I be?"
Okay, it looks like there's a question for you, May, and then we'll finish up.
Do I have any major cons in Australia? No. Well, the end of the year we do have Madman who do have the rights to Digimon in Australia, and they have their anime festival in I think it's November this year. I have actually signed up to be uh as a press person for for the podcast. I haven't heard any like if I've been approved or not, but if there is going to be anybody from Digimon there, I'm guess like it would be at that convention since Madman have the rights. But as for every other convention, not really. Like, I mean, I haven't been to that many conventions because they cost like $50 per day,
Ooh.
and
Wow.
yeah, conventions are not cheap in Australia, and they're always kind of like average-ish. Then just like they're just okay. Like they're mainly just, hey, do you want to spend lots of money to spend lots of money
No,
inside?
that's why I
Mm-hmm.
stopped going to conventions because like I would go to Anime Expo. So I'm paying money to go to a convention. And then I would buy stuff at the convention that I could have bought cheaper online. And then I would go to
Mm-hmm.
panels to find out what I will be spending money on in the future. And it hit the point where it's like, the heat, the running around. At some point, it was just more pleasant to not go.
And that's why I kind of like the smaller conventions,
Yeah,
which are a little more community oriented and try to have more engaging panels that are just more,
yeah, there
I don't
was
want to say completely fan run, but people that, just like talking about their areas of
yeah,
interest or expertise.
yeah. I've been to
Yeah.
a few small panels were very very nice. The one that I went to for years just randomly stopped after they tried to expand, and before even the first one started, after they tried to expand, it crashed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. Um, okay, we have one last question. Then I know May has to go, and then
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
finish up.
I have to
Okay.
go walk my dog.
Okay. I'm kind of altering the question that was asked. What was your top game from E3?
I didn't actually watch E3 this year, but
Yeah,
I
me
have
neither.
since pre-ordered a bunch of stuff.
I
Um,
watched the stuff and I feel like my answer's gonna be as unexciting as possible. It's Mario Odyssey.
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Is that I was kind of like, okay, I know I'm gonna buy Mario Odyssey, and then
The fact,
EB Games
yeah.
made a post that was like, hey, if you pre-order this, you get a hat, and I was like, well, I pre-ordered that
Wait,
just then.
they're giving you Cappy?
Yeah, they're giving the hat with the eyes. So if you pre-order it in Australia, you get
Like
you get the hat.
like full size. It's not just like a baseball hat with the eyes on it. It's like a full size Mario hat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Um, Though I'm surprised that GameStop in America is not doing that because EB Games is owned by GameStop America.
it's possible someone else will have it. I actually have the Mario hat that Club Nintendo did years ago.
Yeah,
Um,
Jay has that.
I was super excited for Mario Odyssey, and E3 took it up like 10 notches because I'm shocked that they were able to keep secret two major things. One, that it's two players,
Mm.
and two, that they somehow up to this point completely hid the gameplay function of being able to become the bad guys.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm.
Like we had no idea of that until that trailer. But yeah, it's hard to top Mario Odyssey, to be honest. Like I don't think I saw anything else that got me as excited as that. I mean, there's a new Kirby game coming out, which is always good.
Yeah, and I think that there's going to be a Switch game on a Pokemon game on the Switch in 2019. That's a Pokemon. It's just titled Pokemon RPG.
Um, that's sort of just everyone stand buying what they're expecting. They basically said there will be a core Pokemon adventure game on the Switch.
Yeah, but EB Games is really strange, and as soon as they hint it or
Yeah, they
announce
put.
something, you can pre-order it immediately. Like you can put your $10 down
Oh
and
yeah,
say this is mine.
a lot of stores here do that also. It's so few different ones. Like I don't know if anyone's using the name Pokemon Stars, but that's been a popular one.
It's just Pokemon RPG title TBC.
Yeah.
But the thing, like EB Games, you could act like, for example, with Smash Brothers on the 3DS, you could pre-order that, I believe, in 2012, and it came out in 2014, or maybe it
Wow.
was 2010. You could start pre-ordering it. It was really, really early. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They kept on saying coming October 2011, and then that moved
Oh,
to
I've
coming October.
oh at Amazon I've had Kingdom Hearts 3 pre-ordered for like 2 or 3 years at this point, and the pre-orders is still sitting there. Okay, so I think that's about it. Unless you do either of you have anything else to bring up?
I'm no, I'm pretty done. Like, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for letting me on at the
Yeah.
last second.
Yeah, thank you for volunteering, man. Thank you for volunteering at the last minute. I think it actually added quite a bit because we had a lot of interesting stuff to talk about.
I had a
and-
lot to say about the things that were
Yeah.
on the agenda this week.
Yeah,
And
I don't know if it'll be one of you or both of you, but at least one of you will be. But I will grab one of you for when we know what the lineup is for the pop-up shop. Hopefully the schedule works out for both of you though.
yeah,
Yeah, weekends. Well, no, in the future, my schedule gets a lot trickier
Yeah.
over the next couple months.
Yeah,
I would
Yeah,
like to.
I'm-
It would be fun if I could come on sometime with my once I get through the panel with all the massive voice actors just to talk about that because
Okay.
there's gonna be some fun stuff and some fun stories that come out of that. I guarantee it.
can
Okay.
your son come on, Adam?
That's a possibility, I suppose.
I'll bring my dog. You bring your son.
There we go.
they can we can dress them up as Digimon and they can battle.
Oh my god.
My son at Anime Central this year, my wife and I cosplayed Epilogue, Sora, and Yamato
I
with
saw that. It was so cute.
our son cosplaying their child. So there's precedent already.
In the battle, I would bet on the baby every time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably
So-
a good thing.
Yeah.
'Cause
So you.
I wouldn't want a dog to beat a baby.
Okay, so you both will be back at some point. It's just a matter of when and for what.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you both for here. Thank you for the audience for showing up.
Thank you for putting up with my surprise disappearance.
No, that was fine. In fact, I don't think I even told May until there was a break in the conversation.
No, I realized that Adam dropped the call, and I was like, oh, something happened there.
Yep.
Next time, if both of you are on, we will have title cards ready for all of you.
Okie dokie, that's cool.
Okay. Thanks everyone for listening, and we will see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.